That's right, it's Saturday night, and it is time for Dungeons & Dragons Icewind Dale. Chat XP commands are in effect. Everyone's here tonight, so let's turn it over to our Dungeon Master and also Bit Boss, current Bit Boss, Mr. Drake Takes.
You can be Bit Boss for 101. You can do it right now.
Actually, a little known secret is you only need to put in 100. Because if you take it
Rob.
down to 0, then...
I thought you have to do at least 100 to affect the Bit Boss.
Well, no, you have to affect the Bit Boss.
Cheer bits. Cheer bits in the stream. Thanks for the cheer bits.
Cheer bits. Thank you, Jingo. You can affect the Bit Boss with even 1, but you won't hear my voice going cheer bits, unless it's 100 or more, because I didn't want to reward anybody for giving me a penny. Even though I appreciate it.
Ow. So, welcome to Saturday night Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden. We're on session 30, and today's May 29th, 2021. And last week we left off in the middle of combat. So, we're going to quickly do some character introductions, and then we're going to get into fighting some flame skulls in the caves of hunger. And the first person to introduce their character tonight is going to be Manicuri. Playing Grun in case he has to
cheer bits.
Take off for
cheer bits in the stream. Thanks for the cheer bits.
Yeah, Grun is a human warlock, and he's kind of not terribly a nice guy. He likes his party members well enough, but not really anybody else. And he's looking forward to shooting something in the very near future.
Thank you so much.
Shooting it. And Marbania playing Quaid, not Dennis, not Mr. Dennis Quaid, but just Quaid.
Just Quaid. Quaid, Shadarkai, Shadow Elf, basically from the Shadowfell. And he's a sorcerer warlock, more into the sorcery end of things. And right now he's kind of not in a real good spot down here.
Yeah, I can see that I'm on air too. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
New. I don't understand. It's up there.
I see it.
I think all of us see that on air thing.
Oh, on air. Yeah, that's new, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it. I feel like I'm a broadcaster or something now. I guess I kind of sort of am if we're streamers. Diablo Baja playing Bill.
All right, Diablo Baja playing Bill, who may be the last person that any of you see. Anyway, he is a half-orc paladin who, on the last tussle, found that his holy symbol detached from his shield, believing that it was the cold that made the glue a little brittle. He decided to put it a little bit more warmer and secure location, so he attached it during the short rest to his codpiece, and now has a codpiece of Rob's big package. Figured I'd dangle that out there for y'all.
It's a small codpiece, but
yes. I just played that clip. I just played the sound. My name is Bill.
My name.
Oh, we've got Finster77 playing Obsidian.
Greetings, everyone. I am playing Obsidian, a human monk juggler who has picked up some magic along the way and is looking to get out of the cold and has yet to be successful.
Well,
It
these
got
things
warm
are
in here
trying to warm
for
me
a
up.
brief moment. Fireball. And last but definitely least, Zazzy, played by Rob.
Definitely least. What's up, everybody? Rob 2E playing Zazzy. I am an 8th level cleric. I'm immune. I'm one of the few members of the party that is immune to cold now. And I'm a huge ass, Simar. I do that joke every week. And, yep, ready to kick ass or die, whichever.
Whichever. So as a reminder, you guys traveled all the way to the north end of the flat Earth planet to the bowl snow cone of the world. Yeah. No. And you had to do a little poem, a little rhyme of the Frostmaiden to open up the glacier at a waterfall, and you guys went into these caves. And as a general idea on these caves, the ceilings, most of the cavern ceilings are 30 feet high and made of smooth ice. Tunnel ceilings range from 10 to 15 feet high, unless I note otherwise. All areas are dark, unless I say otherwise. Sound travels quickly here.
Unless I say otherwise.
All wisdom perception checks to hear sounds in these caves have advantage. And there's lots of slick places. And the caves have a way of capturing and holding psychic energy, so we're gonna dive into some of that in certain areas too, as these caves.
We don't like that. No.
We don't like
Yeah.
it.
There's a whole table. There's a whole table and everything. We like it. But the floating. I think. I think Valley would explain some of this. She says, when the floating city of Yethrin plummeted from the sky into the Brigade Glacier centuries ago, the impact of the collision and its resulting heat must have drove the city deeper into the heart until finally it came to rest. I think it was then when O'Rule buried the city under ice, mostly to preserve it, but definitely claiming it as her own.
And this was a city of Netheril, correct?
Yeah, it's the city of Netheril that called Yethrin that plummeted from the sky centuries ago. So, and that's what you guys have started exploring. And you came into. Let me re-describe this room that you came in. It's a 30-foot high cavern. Its center, in the center, there remains a wooden ship hull. Rests on the floor. Professor Scant says, "Oh, a Netherese sky coach. I've always wanted to ride on one of those. Pity it's no longer in one piece." And he has the ability to pick himself up with Mage Hand and kind of float around a little and look around, but
He funnels his own ball with his mage.
Yeah. But he likes to rest inside of her pack when he's not interested in what's going on, which is most of the time. He's like a dog, he's gonna sleep most of the time, unless there's a cheese wrapper, then he comes flying out. So you guys came in here and you get attacked by some flame skulls, and I do believe that one of them has fallen to the ground. Is that not the case? Did you guys kill one, if you remember correct?
Knocked him
Wha-
down, yeah.
Yeah, one,
Yeah.
and then a couple more decided to
Yeah, so-
say hi.
Yeah, well, there's a total of 4, and Quaid, you're like down, kind of ducking behind this shipwreck
Mm-hmm.
down on the ground, and these things are up in the air, as you can see by the height indicator on them, 15, 20, and 10 feet above the floor of the bottom level. Of course, Valley is up a little higher because she's still coming down to the floor level because that's up, and Bill is pretty much probably 20 feet up. You know, it's really steep right in here,
Right.
almost like a slide. And
So-
and Grun is definitely level with the ceiling up there.
Now I'm kind of hunkered down behind this boat, to best of my recollection. First thing I want to do is cast mirror image on myself.
I like it.
Wow. And since they're not within melee range of me, I would like to move back into that kind of hunker down back there and try to get some cover there.
Is there any sound effects that you make, like yipe yipe yipe? I'm just asking.
No, I'm. Shh. It's silent. They don't know I'm here. Shh.
Yeah.
Well,
One of
except
them
there's
says-
3 of me.
One of
4
them says, "Look, George, all 4 of them are running for that cave. Perfect spot for a fireball."
More for one
Upset
special.
Titter. Why does Upset Titter have Bill targeted? Doesn't make much sense.
Upset Twitter. Why? Is that because I lost my job at Smitewear? Oh, it's Titter. I see.
You still got 2 days.
I got 2 days. What damage can I do in 2 days? I can retweet some stuff.
Days.
Yeah, so this one's like, and drops a fireball.
Nice.
Yeah, burn that spell slot. And let's see, fireball is going to get what, everybody? What do we say?
Glorious. Where is he?
What is it, 20?
Except for those of us that are immune to fire. Oh. That's too big.
25 is too big. That. Why does it keep shrinking when I move it?
That's too small.
Stupid thing.
But you got
Like
to
when I move it,
you got to move it from the center, not from the outside.
I have been. There it goes. Yeah. I think I could probably do that. What do you think? It would reach? Is it 20 feet tall too?
Who's casting it?
It's a sphere.
Upset Titter. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can he see
Yeah.
to that
It's
center
a
point?
sphere.
Yep.
Since it's a sphere and I'm 20 foot up,
Hmm.
Well,
You're 20 foot up, and Grun is 30 foot up.
Right.
But...
It's a 40-foot tall, 40-foot wide thing.
But he can do it on the angle, you know what I mean? So it's
no, but
on
I mean,
an angle.
Who's no, but who's 20?
It's not a cylinder; it's a sphere.
It's a sphere, right? But nobody in that circle is elevated.
No, he specifically said Bill is about 20 foot up and Grun is about 30 foot up.
Why?
Yeah, that's
Bill,
higher ground up
why
there.
is? Oh, so they're
It's
not
a sloping.
Okay.
Slide.
Well, but when anyone says 20 feet up, I take that to mean 20 feet off the ground, not 20 feet
No,
higher than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That area is a slide,
Okay.
basically.
But yeah,
Steep
if he blows it in the middle there, it's gonna get all those people.
Yeah, that's where he's draw. That's where he's draw. It's kind of on the angle. He's like,
Like right there-ish hits us all.
Yeah.
so
sure.
let me go. Do. Oops. Somebody's standing on terrain. And dexterity save.
Evasion.
I have a
Ooh. Evaded. Heavy, light.
Half failure.
Bill will go
Right.
ahead and use his reaction to
What
Hellish
is-
Rebuke.
Get him,
You
Bill.
did use that already, and you do know the effect on these things. It didn't work.
Oh yeah, that's right. You are correct. Disregard.
I use
'Cause
my
he did
reaction
already-
burn salve ointment.
He uses reaction, flip him off.
Yeah, and the flame skulls goes.
Chili Pig, thank you for following. Welcome to the stream.
Passes his turn.
Chili Pig, that's a good name.
Obsidian, you're
All
like,
right.
ho ho, you like your new ability. You're like, ho ha ha ha. You jump behind some ice.
All right, so I after using Valine Harple as the meat shield for the explosion, I'm going to slide up and what am I able to see from here? All right, so if I am 5.5 feet tall, I should be able to. He's still adjacent to me at 10 feet, correct?
I'm sorry?
Is he still adjacent to me at 10 feet?
Yes, yeah. Oh, for what purpose? You gonna have a conversation with him, or you gonna try to hit him with something?
I'm going to smack him in his little mouth hole.
Just put a smack down on him.
You can do that. You can attempt to, anyways.
You can.
A 19 is actually gonna do that. 26.
Right in the
Total.
face hole.
He looks strangely wasted. He's like, he's like, I was gonna use shield, but I forgot.
Oh, forgot.
All right, and I'm going to follow up with a flip kick, like Pele kicking a soccer ball.
Pele. For you young kids out there, Pele, look it up.
Aw. That's a good base to thump. Thump.
And then I'm going to sort of just brace and watch, ready to see what happens next.
Yikes.
Yix is going to attempt to distract Mr. Upset Titter and give Grun the help action.
Upset Titter.
Uh,
That was the name of my prom date. You see, that joke can be
Professor-
altered in many ways.
you hear Professor Orb somewhere in Valley's clothing, and he says, "Those are flame skulls. They like to dabble with fire."
Thanks, Professor.
He said, "Those are flame skulls, and they like to dabble with fire." Because he's in a bag. Bill.
Bill, getting really tired of taking fireballs to the face, is going to slide down this hill.
Sweet.
Jump off of Valen's face. Misty Step in the air, or to the basically the unoccupied square right below him, and try to take his 2 attack swings to basically just hit one and turn and hit the other one.
But they're too high.
No, it's 30 foot to an unoccupied square, so I'm going to drop 15 feet.
Oh, you're gonna teleport to right below them.
To them,
and
hit them, and then basically hit the other one on the way down as well.
Swing in a
and
circle.
drop.
Yeah, what's the mechanics of that? Can you attack as you're falling, and how far do you fall before you attack? What the hell?
I will give him a 1 attack. I'm not going to give you both as you're falling.
All
Because
right.
you're falling faster than both attacks. Maybe if you had a reach weapon.
Wait a minute. He goes right next to the guy who's 20 feet up, attacks him, falls halfway down 10 feet. He's still 5 feet below the other guy at melee range, gets another attack. What do you think? I think it makes sense.
Mechanically,
you fall 9.8 meters per second.
Well,
so you're falling roughly 30 feet per second.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's a well-known
your
thing.
Your turn's 6 seconds long.
Well, if I teleport, dang it.
I think if you teleport above them, you can get both of them. If you teleport below them, you're only going to get one.
Why not? Let's have some fun. Let's go ahead and teleport directly above this one that I'm pointing to.
Yeah, he's going to teleport
so
on
it's right
that
next,
guy.
above him. So that way he hits him, falls down, and hits the other one. Just for fun.
And you do realize you're going to provoke from both of them, correct?
No, because you're going to kill him.
Yep. And I am going to inspiration for advantage.
Yeah, you
need it. Because you're going to need it.
Oh, yeah. This is going to hurt a lot.
Oh, you hit one of them.
Oh, well, conveniently, that's a level 2 smite.
They don't like Radiant. They don't like it.
Damn, it didn't kill. My name is Bill. I might be the last person you see.
Attacking the other guy.
What was that?
I gotta get.
That's
of course.
That is so perfect. So perfect. So the flame skull that the one that you teleported above or Misty stepped above and fall. When you fall, you slam right into the skull, slams right into your groin, and
wait a minute.
My holy symbol.
Wait a minute. The rule for opportunity attack is a voluntary movement. He's not voluntarily falling.
This is a fumble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I fumbled.
But yeah. I thought you were taking opportunity attacks from him falling, which I don't think is a thing.
He voluntarily teleported above them, so that's technically voluntary. If you jump out of a plane, technically you're volunteering falling, right?
Yeah, but I'm not volunteering for the guy next to me to whack me with a sword when I'm jumping out of the plane. I don't know. I always am fascinated by shit that never comes up.
So go ahead and roll damage on yourself because you hit yourself in the groin.
Nice.
And you're at half movement and are stunned for a round.
Awesome.
So go ahead and also apply the prone condition on yourself.
Yeah, falling past an enemy does not provoke op attacks, according to the player's handbook.
Yeah.
They cast levitate on him. Then they no.
Is that a reaction?
Featherfall, hit.
Yeah, featherfall, hit.
You said stunned?
Yeah, I dropped the stunned on you, but I need to set the duration. 17 rounds. Just saying.
Sweet.
And so you're laying on the ground and alluring the one that got a good smell of your. He says, "Oh look, watch this!" And he opens his mouth, and like little flaming missiles shoot out of his mouth and unerringly slam into you, Bill. Smack. 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 He said, and is going to move over here. Looks at Zazzy with his glowing eyes. Strangely wasted, looks down at Obsidian. And drops a flaming sphere. Down there. Aw, you failed. No damage.
By the way, I don't think Sven is with us. He's not in chat or on camera.
It's okay. We can beat his character up. We're good. We're good. Grun.
Grun is going to move down kind of to here. Hopefully he can see Upset Titter from there.
Yeah, it's pretty slick right in there. You're like, ooh. Especially now that fireball went off.
Yeah. Does he have a shot from there? I can't tell if I have to move up a little more.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Before I was shooting from up above. I just don't know if.
Yeah, no, you can't see him from my perspective.
Then I will go down to there. And
yeah, there you go.
Take a couple of blasts at Upset Titter. Advantage because of Yix. Thank you, Yix.
Oh, and he dies. Skull falls to the ground. Clunk.
Nice.
And I'm going to take a shot at Strangely Wasted as well.
Blast. And he keeps his concentration going on the
jerk. And I don't think I have enough movement to move back through Veline Harple's spot. So I guess I'm going to be staying there.
She's gonna use some magic missiles on this one that she can see over here. Gonna blast. Pew, pew, pew. 3 magic missiles at it. There is a light source in here, yeah. Zazzy.
All right, Zazzy is going to target alluring with Sacred Flame, hoping to get a result, which I like. And because of my new power called Blessed Strikes, which adds 1d8 radiant to any successful cantrip, this will be a 3d8 instead of a 2d8. So why doesn't everybody just fucking watch this?
Oh yeah, they're hung up there. Oh, there they go.
Well, it didn't kill him, but it did fuck him up.
That's pretty good.
It's alluring. It's pretty alluring.
He's got 1 hit point left, probably. God damn it.
Flaming sphere.
What's that noise?
Flame skulls.
It's his spell. It's like it's like his new power. Radiant damage just goes on and on. That's the longest one there is so far. This one is going to slam this ball of flame at Obsidian. Again, it says, "You are immune to fire? No, it can't be." Slams the ball of fire into him again. And he succeeds on the save throw. Valerie's gonna. She's going to do a chill touch. This guy. Chill touch. Oh, it dodged. Grun.
All right. Well, Grun is gonna continue on his current target. Blasting.
Oh,
away.
I thought it was going to be a 20.
Oh. I totally fucking hit a button I didn't mean to and kill the guy. Sorry. That's not happening.
Oh.
I was doing something on my sheet and I still had a target. I'm so sorry.
Alluring's not dead? Allure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did damage to strangely. I mean, I did damage
You didn't kill anything. I killed it.
Right, but
You
I
just
gave
did
Alluring.
damage to
I
Alluring.
gave 3 damage to Alluring, not meaning to do that.
He's so alluring. I fixed it.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So I am going to target the one that Rob just hit
By accident.
and blast it.
A hit. And it died.
Nice.
Exceeded by 3, so we could have left it. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, right? All 3 of them down? Yeah. So you guys defeat the flame skulls. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm gonna pull you guys out of initiative order for now.
So Bill will shake off his stun.
Take off his thumb?
Shake off his stunned effect.
Oh yeah, take it off. Did it end?
Well, if we're out of initiative.
It didn't go away though automatically. The other expiring effects can come off too. That lasts more than a few rounds. Like mirror image. So what are you guys gonna do?
Who's max encumbered? Just a minute.
Bill is basically going to.
I am max encumbered by 7 pounds.
Yes, you are.
Curse and swear and talk about how exhausted he is. And can we just take approximately 60 minutes, just chill, kind of hang out here for a second?
Can't think of a better place to chill than an ice cave.
Getting my ass handed to me. AKA, he's asking the the crew if we can take a short rest or if they want to keep moving.
It's up to you. Short rest doesn't do anything for me, but it's up to you.
As Bill coughs some blood onto your shoe.
Yeah, we'll take a short rest.
Yeah. Short rest, everybody.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Outro
All
one,
right.
guys. Sure.
You guys.
Red on-air thing that now appears in OBS Ninja, that was just pushed yesterday. And it's supposed to tell you that you as a guest are visible in OBS and if OBS is actively streaming it or not.
Nice.
Bill feels better. I had to get rid of all of his hit
He
die.
spent them all. What? I still have 2 hit. Mother of hell. Screw it. I'm throwing it. I'll take taking all my points back.
Flame skulls in an ice cave. Irony.
All right. Bill feels better.
What is this deal here? This dealio. Ledge.
It's it drops off. It's a steep decline. But you guys finish up your short rest, and the flame skulls come back alive.
What?
And we have initiative again.
No, you're just being funny.
Oh yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny.
Flame skulls come back after an hour.
Oh, fuck me. Well, now we know. I did know that already.
Now we know. Now we know.
Good to know.
They got something. They're going to get a nice, friendly thing from me. Is it my turn? Okay.
No, it's Contemptuous John's turn as he kind of flops around on the ground and floats up in the air and says, "You didn't kill us!" and is going to do eyeball raise at Obsidian.
Evasion.
Yeah, you get. He's in melee with you, so get disadvantage. His range attacks. Oh, and he gets you with one of them. Doing 10 points of damage. Only 2.
That seems like a missile to me.
It is a missile. He hit you with it.
So then I can deflect missiles.
Let's see if it's a missile. It's a ray. You can't deflect a ray.
You're not carrying a mirror.
And he's going to fly up again. Oops. Wade!
If he's up from the ground, does Obsidian get a attack of opportunity?
Obsidian would get an attack of opportunity if he left his threatened square. However, he did not leave his threatened square.
He's 10 feet up. He did leave.
No, he threatens that square. We already had that conversation. He was beating him up earlier.
Obsidian has
These
10
guys-
feet reach?
No, it's Obsidian is the first
Adjacent
5
to
foot
the
square,
5 feet square.
and then he's in the next 10-foot square.
Oh, well,
He's
so
in
then
the next square up.
So then he's not 10 feet up. He's only 5 feet up.
His feet are at
Yes.
5 feet.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's true.
If
He
he's
is
on the
only 5
ground,
feet
that's
up.
0. If he's 1 square up, that's 5.
Yeah. Rob is correct. He is only 5 feet up.
I got very excited.
Okay.
By that. I usually don't hear out loud, Rob is correct, even though I mostly am. Thank you.
That's why you live alone and don't talk to nobody.
Hey, I'm always right. I'm always right at my house.
Yeah.
All right, so these guys are ground level with me, right?
Yeah, they're on the ground. They're like, they're reforming. They're not
And
prone though.
I don't really have anything other than shit. You know what I do have? Are they? It doesn't really work that way, I don't think. Tasha's Caustic Brew. So a stream of acid emanates 30 feet long, 5 feet wide. So I can't like get these two in that same stream, right? Or is it? Do I get both of them like that?
No, you have to at least be half of their square, so you can only get one of them, unless you go through the middle of them.
Right. Okay, then I'm gonna bonus action Misty Step to here and get out of melee.
Does that need to be in dim light?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you are in dim light.
You described the cavern earlier as dim light.
Yeah, but
dark, unless you said otherwise.
you guys have light sources in there that's making it not dim.
Obsidian has a torch.
Well, Obsidian's torch isn't.
It wouldn't make where he is light.
5,
Right.
10, 15, 20.
He's the only one that
That
has
would
a
be
light
dim.
source. Everyone else has either nothing or vision.
Yeah, that's dim light over there.
And these things are actually putting off light sources too, which is not coded. Come on.
So
Come on,
even
Spyworks, you
hazmatic
should go back and code all that.
What? Yeah, good luck. What is you can slap it on them. What is their light thing?
Yeah, what's
It's
the light sources?
let's see.
5,
Flame
5?
Skulls as a generic sheds dim light in a 15-foot radius or bright light in a 15-foot radius, and dim light for an additional 15 foot.
Oh, so they've got so he'd still be in bright light then.
I wouldn't think they would have their shit all bright light, so it's just 15-foot dim. Yeah, so he can do that. He can teleport over there.
Nice. Thank you, Drake. You could actually be a really good guy sometimes. Yeah.
Only when I'm cornered.
And now that I am out of melee with him, I'm going to fire a couple of Eldritch Blasts.
Forgetful Snigger gets hit.
Oh, accident.
Moderately wounding him.
Just be
Eldritch
careful.
Blast.
Be careful when you say that.
Not bad.
I don't even know why the guy who made this would even chance naming something Snigger. That's just too.
It should be Snicker.
Yeah,
it should be
just
Snicker.
Too risky to say on stream.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to kind of dodge around that corner right there.
Ratch around the corner. Hey, where'd he go?
Get some cover.
Try.
Obsidian.
So my computer was having issues. Was there a spell that took them all out at once, or did we just beat the crap out of all of them last time?
You took a long rest, and they rejuvenated
Short rest.
in that hour, and they all came back.
No,
I mean,
how
a
did
short
we
rest.
kill them
Yeah,
last
yeah.
time?
beating him.
You beat
Run
the
for
crap
3
out
of
of
them.
them.
Oh yeah, we just beat him down.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and blast this thing with some gather up some air and some crystals and blast this thing.
The gather up air crystal spell. Water whip.
Disciple of the elements.
He fails. He didn't get out of the way.
All right, and I'm going to blast him. Just knock him prone or pull him 25 feet. I'm just going to try to blast him up against the wall, slam him into it. And then use my bonus action to focus on him.
If you're doing that, then you will be getting a critical hit from Diablo Bob Cheater in the chat. Oh wait, that's not an attack?
No, sir.
Okay, so your next attack is, which I've already cleared it in the thing, so Bob's already paid for it, is a critical hit. Your next attack. Drake, are these in fact tiny creatures?
They are in fact tiny undead creatures. Yes.
So that means I can move through them because they're tiny. Yes.
Yeah. You can actually occupy their square.
All right, I will take the op shot and go here.
Since you are 2 sizes larger. From contemplative stroll, can they actually do anything?
Whoa!
Do they have a bite or something?
I don't know. Don't they have a what the fuck happened there? What's going on with all this?
Whoa.
All
That
I
wasn't
did was
me.
all
He
I
tried
did
to
was
move
put
the spell token.
Yeah.
That's the movement.
Yeah, that's the
And
movement
it
of it.
scales based on the size of the original token.
All right. Well, so can't I turn this token?
No, because you don't own the token. Only the DM can.
I need to turn. Okay,
yeah.
so I was trying to use the token. Isn't this Bob? I thought this shit was all working. It's not working.
No, the last update messed it up. That's the update that I'm trying to fix.
Okay, well, so suffice it to say, I'm doing my once a day cone of cold on these 3 fuckers, and the cone would extend straight out and then down, but it wouldn't get quayed. So it's just gonna get all 3 of those. But let's just see what happens. Because I'm sure these fuckers don't like
They have
cold.
magic resistance. That's why they.
Wow. Damn.
And resistant to cold.
Oh
Immune to
my
cold.
god! Well, I blew my cone of cold. Fuck. They resist cold? That's bullshit, flame fuckers.
Hey, Rob.
Flame skull, yeah.
The token
Not
was actually the right
resist,
size.
immune.
No, the token
They
was
both
the
go.
right size, but I tried to turn the token, and when I did that,
Yeah.
it thought I was moving, and it made everything fucking crazy.
Yeah,
They
that
So
overlap.
but you're saying that if I put a token on the map, the player cannot turn it. The DM has to do it.
if the tokens are locked.
Oh, so that's not a thing that's broken. That's just a thing. That's the way it is.
Correct. Like you
Okay,
can't
shows
turn
you
your
how
character
Shows you how often.
until
Oh right, it
they're
shows you how
unlocked.
often I cast a fucking spell. All
Yix
right,
is helping Grun.
I just wanted
I
to
like
get
that
close to the
last
blade,
little.
so-
I don't know what it's called, but the last little for the tokens is kind of weird.
I think of
Mesomorphic? Can somebody define that? Mesomorphic. Oh,
Exactly.
gaseous.
mesomorphic is something.
Muscular body build.
Oh, so here, mesomorphic. That's what everybody.
Muscular
muting
skull.
their mics as they laugh because.
Not marshmallow morphic.
Tick one from our
Now,
band.
I can say that because I resemble that remark.
Look at
Matter of
that.
fact-
I think
matter
I'm
of fact,
dropping a fireball right there.
I'm wearing my marshmallow shirt, man.
You shouldn't get their spells back. They didn't have a long rest. These are the same ones. Hasn't been 24 hours.
Yeah, what the fuck? They can't do that again, can they?
Bastards. Doesn't mean if we die and then we come back, then we get all our
They're
spell
full and
slots
ready
back.
to go.
This one hasn't used his spell slot yet.
Bullshit!
knock me
Oh,
out.
I'm sorry. I had a little something in my throat there. I don't know if you guys heard that.
I'm spent. Quick, crew, knock me out.
All right, so let's see. I got to target all these people, including myself.
You can use the selection tool and then target all of them at once.
Drake doesn't like doing that.
Yeah, and I could target and not drag and drop too, but I don't do that either.
So shortly you'll
Drake
be able
is,
to use spell tokens.
Drake is an
Two
avid
clicks.
best practice hater. He hates best practices.
Shut up and take your fireball.
God damn it! Holy.
A lot of successes.
Fuck me.
Ooh, Valen Harple. She's hurting.
Hey, wait, I'm a collect
Bill's
honors.
moderate.
Back up.
Sydney took half, and Zazzy took half. Grun took the full blast. And
Well,
she's
she's like a necrophiliac anyway, so like she can come back from the dead, right?
Oh, he didn't try to fly away?
So a necrophiliac is not somebody who comes back from the dead.
he's actually going to get up though and fly up.
Oh, I got a tear in my eye from that one.
I will go ahead and attack him.
Why?
He's leaving my threatened square.
He does not leave your threatened square. He
Oh,
only
sorry.
flies up 5 feet.
That's why I was asking.
We went over this.
Flipped it up
already.
to 10 and I just got like super antsy and I'm like, oh my god, I can attack him. Okay, as it was.
And this one is going to give Obsidian some eyeball rays. Pew! And misses. Pew! And misses. See, I targeted.
Mhm.
Forgetful Snickers bar. He is going to get up and he wants to use his fire ray. Actually, he's gonna fly up a little higher and move out of Zazzy's threatened range.
Hello. So then I will. Of course, why is it not showing I'm targeting him?
Because it's not your turn. It only shows targeting
Oh, it
when
only
it's your
shows
turn.
turn. Okay.
Otherwise, you'd have everything targeted.
Oh, wouldn't that be a special time? That's a hit!
Oh, and he got hit. Critical,
Ooh,
wounding
almost.
him.
It was a low damage roll. By the way,
But he gives
what does he did give?
Zazzy the eyeball and 2 eyeball fire rays.
As this is happening, Bill has been purchased a random magic item by Bioweapon Irem in the chat.
Nice.
Thank you, Aaron.
Pew pew. Missing with the first one.
Miss!
And critting with the second one. With an effect.
He
So
started. I was able to say today. He just started streaming it, episode 1, earlier today.
Of what?
Icewind Dale. Bioweaponarium did.
Oh, that's right. He's doing his streaming it. Cool.
And
Whoa,
he shoots his
24
wad
damage.
right in
Fuck.
Zazzy's eyes and blinds him.
pew pew.
I don't need to be
Kick you in the
blinded
face.
for the shit I'm gonna do.
Blinded by the light.
I don't need to be blinded. I don't need it.
Bill, you see Metamorphic? He starts like coughing. He's like trying to cough up a fireball, and sometimes you gag too hard and you vomit. You're like, and he throws up a magical item.
Sweet.
And what is it? Which one is it? Which item?
No whammy.
Mace of Destruction, I think.
Oh,
Cheerbits. Cheerbits in the stream.
coughs
Thanks
up
for the cheerbits.
dust of sneezing and choking.
that's
Cheerbits.
apt. That's very apt.
Whoa! Bioweapon 1400. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. You are the man.
I am. It's raining.
You are the bit boss as well. Bioweapon.
And I
Awesome.
put that
Thank you
in the
for
party
the
sheet
item.
for your convenience. Dust of sneezing and choking.
It's appropriate for your
Bioweapon.
description. Just saying.
And that's what he did, right? He eyeballed. Grun.
All right, Grun is going to take a shot at Contemptuous Jaunt. Take a blast at that. And then he's going to use his other one to take a shot at Mr. Snickers Bar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Turn him to a cloud of dust. And then he is going to move back out here because he doesn't want to be in another fireball.
Give me a strength athletics check to climb up that way. DC's a 15. DC's a
That ain't gonna
15 too.
happen.
Slippery. Yeah,
Yep,
so
ain't going nowhere.
I'll let you get to there.
Okay.
You're like, ooh, it's a little slippery. Bill.
Bill will look at Mesomorphic and exclaim that I really, really, really hate Fireball now.
Come back tomorrow. We'll have some more for you. You missed me. Ow. You hit me. That hurt.
Level 2. Fuck you.
You
Run.
knocked my bottom teeth out.
Run, little skull.
Little flame skulls are a bitch, aren't they? Velen Harple, she's like, I didn't know I was the one gonna be smoked today. She's gonna use chill touch on the one. Can she see that one? Oh, she's gonna have to move here. Can't see it. I guess she can see that one over there, though.
Aw, yeah. Potion of Greater Healing. Zazzy. From Metacure. CITC.
That's a hit.
Thank you, sir.
Did that remove your blindness?
No, it does not. Actually, someone is trying to do that in chat, but they are not typing it correctly.
That's because I'm an
There they
idiot,
did.
Rob.
Oh,
You know that. Damn it. I just had to go to the store and do it.
Zazzy's blindness has been removed by Marbanya, CITC.
idiot in the chat.
Well, you typed lesser restore, which isn't a thing.
Obsidian.
Everybody's helping me.
All right, so I'm going to
Yay.
whip out my sword and slash to this thing. You said it was a critical?
You have a critical left. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. With an effect.
I've got it.
Oh.
Or not. Okay. Did you want me to roll it, or did you roll it?
I already rolled it. So you get him in the eyeball. You get him in the eyeball. If he survives.
Well,
I'll
in
put
the
that
eye
on him.
socket anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he does survive. So he does get the blinded. I'm liking my new effects location.
What'd you do, Maticuri?
I didn't do
Entire-
nothing. This is just
No.
keeping the window open.
I leave the effects window open because it takes a while to open and close.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of put it underneath the combat tracker with just the top sticking out.
Yeah.
And then I could just click there and do. It's right behind the combat tracker. It's nice.
The effects window takes a while to open and close. Does it really? Oh, I guess it does. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because with your conditions and effects module loaded, there's so many on the list that it's slow to open.
Yeah, they're having indexing issues again.
212 to be exact. 216 after today's update. Thank you.
So I stab this thing, slam it against the wall, slam it again with the sword, and then do a spinning round kick, smash it against the wall that breaks down into pieces.
Does it still come back in an hour if it's completely obliterated by the monk? I don't like it.
He like stomps on it a couple times.
That I like.
All right, Grun is going to continue his habit of blasting things and take a couple of shots at that guy down.
But you got the dead one targeted.
No, I got contemplative stroll.
Huh.
Did I have both of them?
In the
mine,
combat
it
tracker, it
says
says forgetful Snickers.
Oh,
That's because you missed.
There you go.
Or yeah, you missed contemplative stroll, so it dropped that off. So you missed.
all right,
You
so
dodged.
I missed, and I'll do again. Why did I have disadvantage? Grant disadvantage attack? How did that happen?
Grant disadvantage attack applied. Oh, never mind. Take that off. So you hit.
Yeah, I hit.
And it gets to go.
Can't regain hit points.
It wants to return the favor. As it eyeballs you.
Shooting through 2 other people?
Sure. As it flies up in the air, and gets above all that. Shooting down at you. With his eyeball, fire ray.
He jumps in the way to intercept it? No.
hitting you for 7 points of fire damage, and the second one you dodge out of the way. Bill.
Bill will go ahead and swing again at Mesothelioma.
Is that his name?
Mesothelioma. So it's yeah, y'all are gonna have some
If you were a loved one who's been affected.
Ow!
damage. I'm glad you used all that extra smite. Burn them spell slots. This is only the first room, by the way.
That's fine.
Well, it doesn't help if we're fighting the same monsters twice. It's bullshit.
All right.
like
I mean, technically, they're new monsters since I
Well,
had to put
right,
them
but I
back
mean,
in
if
the
we
combat
stay,
tracker.
like,
but
I think the lesson is after this encounter, don't take a rest. That's the word.
Not in
We
this
just
room
stay here
anyway.
till we level up.
crush the
Keep
skulls.
killing them over and over.
Yeah.
Unless
we do get
somebody's
XP
got
twice.
like holy water or something to destroy them permanently.
Basically, he's walking down near where Quaid is, trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Quaid, as you come through the door, Quaid says, "Baton."
Go away, Baton.
Me for that.
Hey man.
Oh, hey,
Hey
Baton.
man, wait your turn.
Quaid. Do you blind Bill? Do you try to blind him?
Bill, what the hell
Spider-Man-y?
you do? It's pew pew in the face. So that makes 15 feet to there. Damn it. Okay. So I moved it there just to see what's going on because I got no idea, and I still see what these guys are all still alive.
Oh,
No, he's not.
only one is alive.
Well, they all look alive to me. Let's see.
You don't have
Oh,
the dead skull?
None of them are.
Oh,
alive.
I do once I click on them. Once I targeted them, they turned to skulls.
Oh, because they were out of light. That makes sense. It didn't refresh because there wasn't a visible token for him.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
invisible. Yeah, so that does make sense. And I'm just gonna shoot some Eldritch Blasts at this.
plus a skull is a skull is a skull is a skull, right? Heavily damaging, hitting him with the second one, and
Minimal damage.
doing as little damage as you can do. Didn't get the fourth
15,
blood drop.
15, 25, 30 back into there.
I wasn't done yet, he says.
Wow, Quaid, you must be pretty drained.
Oh,
That was
snap.
pretty pitiful performance right there.
Zazzy.
All right, Zazzy.
Back off, Bill. Pew pew.
Kidding.
Pew pew. Zazzy's gonna do a little bit of a chill touch maneuver here. Get it going. Dead fucker.
Had food on my fingers. I couldn't help it.
I'm sorry.
He dodges out of the way.
Why did I hit? I had 2 targets.
Yeah, there's a hit and a.
Oh, you
Hit the dead one.
Yeah, hit that dead one.
Fuck.
best practice to target, but only.
Well, in the
What do you
combat
mean to
tracker,
target?
it only gave me 1 target, and on my map, I only had the yellow things on the target, so I don't know why that happened. Don't tell me about best practice. I'll come down there.
Yeah, come on, come to Florida.
Oh, never mind.
Never
mind.
is
Tell
gonna
me all
happen.
about it.
Never is gonna happen. Chill touch on that one. Up in the air. She hits it. Doing some necrotic. And it resisted. Did it resist the last time?
Yeah, did.
I didn't even notice. She did even. Oh, she gets to go again at the top of the round.
Don't do necrotic.
She's like, I've been trying to train them. Sit, boo boo, sit.
Isn't it Ubu, not Boo Boo?
It's Ubu.
Is it
Unless you're
Ubu?
Yogi.
It's UBU. It's sit ubu.
Oh.
Sit down.
Have you
sit
always
down
thought
there,
that was
boo-boo,
Boo
and
Boo?
Yeah.
That's funny
Yeah.
because it even
Boo
says
Boo.
it on the screen when they show it.
I don't watch the screen. I guess she's gonna use another magic missile.
Listen to a lot of television as a kid, Drake. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. We had to do our homework while that was on.
Oh, but you couldn't see it. That's funny.
This is all Curtis Mathis floor model TV in the living room. That's all we had.
Is that at the end
Pshaw,
of
magic missile.
Seinfeld?
Curtis
What was that they did?
Mathis.
Magnavox.
She gets a kill on it. She's like, if you wait an hour, it'll be back.
How do we keep it from coming back?
Crush them.
Let me roll my necrotic. But first, let's do one of these things and unlock your tokens and take you out of initiative.
Let's get the hell out of here.
So does anyone know how to keep these things from coming back?
I'm gonna
Otherwise,
start
they're
banging on
gonna-
crushing it with a hammer.
Somebody said something about holy water.
Let's see. Professor Orb probably has an opinion on it.
Doesn't cleric piss count as holy water?
I have a. I
Cleric
have
piss is holy water? Nice. I have to
a
heal some
holy
people, by
cod
the way.
piece, so I guess if I.
Curtis Mathis was founded in 1957 till 1982 and then relaunched in 2013. Interesting.
I've been known to turn wine into water.
All right, I gotta heal some folks. I gotta get up next to Grund. Some cure wounds action.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna do that.
So Professor Orb. Professor. We'll just call him Skank. I like calling him Skank.
Professor Scat.
He says, I do recall from my studies that there's one certain way to keep flame skulls from coming back.
And what might
And that is to cast Dispel Magic or remove Curse on them. That is for certain.
I have Dispel Magic. I'll cast it. 3rd level.
I do too, and I can get it back after a short rest.
Oh, then you go
somebody,
right
you
ahead.
want to try a religion check and get a DC better than a 16? Can probably, actually better than a 20, can probably learn something else. 15? Not gonna do it.
I mean,
Bill!
Fuck me!
-1.
What the
Bill's like,
fuck?
I have a note here. And he opens the note, and it's got like coffee spilled all over it, and can't read it.
yeah.
Let's see about
Religion? I'm not even skilled.
Chat says burn them. I don't think that's.
religion is what? Wisdom?
And
John Benet Ramsey jokes. Still funny.
And
Intelligence.
One of you has a cantrip that prevents healing.
guidance.
The chill touch, I think, that cannot get hit points back.
Yeah, but that's only for 1 round.
Can't we just crush these skulls?
I'm not sure
I
that's
thought we were
gonna
gonna cast undo magic.
Dispel magic?
pile them all into a pile, and then we'll cast Dispel Magic on them all.
Yeah.
I think you have to do it individually. Let's take a look at Dispel Magic.
You dispel one item or magic effect.
Yeah.
But you can cast it at a higher level.
I can do it twice. So that's 2 of them.
I can do it once.
I thought I
Well,
had to
if we
spell magic.
if we do 3 of them, then we can
Put the other one
take
in a
a
bag.
short rest, let the third and the fourth one pop back up, quickly kill it, and then dispel it with my new spell slot recovered.
How are you
Yeah,
able to
Valley
spell magic
doesn't have.
twice?
Hmm?
How are
Short
you able
rest,
to do
recover
dispel
the
magic twice?
Well,
Warlock.
Because
Pack
I'm a
magic.
warlock. So I have
Yeah.
2 spell slots, and
Oh, wait a
I
minute,
have
Yeah,
detect
hold
spell
on.
magic.
Duh. I can do it. Well, I can do it 4 times actually. I have 2 3s and 2 4s, so I can do it 4 times if I need to. So let's do. You do
All
2,
right.
I'll do 2.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're gonna do it twice each. That's a third
I
level
got a
thing,
line.
right?
You got to pull, honey, honey.
Come on down to the crawdad hole, honey. Oh, baby mine. Anyone?
so we'll
Take it away.
spell them and then take a short rest.
Dispel magic, 3rd level. Okay, I'll do 2. Spell magic.
Yep.
So you burn the spell slots and you destroy them.
Nice. Also, bioweapon in the chat has given Zazzy another inspiration. Boom. Thank you, Bio.
Boom.
Boom.
All right, so you guys are out of initiative. What are you gonna do?
Start looking.
I thought we were going to do the short rest so that way
Yeah, we need another short rest
Druin
now.
can.
Oh, all right. I got more hit dice.
I don't.
Is DM gonna let us take a short rest? Less than a minute after we took a short rest a minute ago.
Sure. I don't see why you can't.
Okay, let's do it.
There's no rules against
Flo
that.
doesn't jump in.
However, who is not taking a short rest?
Well, why wouldn't somebody not take one? There's no advantage to not taking one.
I'm not taking one.
If you have
But
no
why
hit
would
dice
you-
and don't need to recover,
I don't
there's no
have
I
it.
see.
I
There's
have
no
pack
advantage to taking one for me.
All
I
right.
have
haven't
pack
used either of my
magic, so-
pack magic spells, so I've only cast sorcery spells.
But so here's my point. If you do take a short rest, how does that hurt you? That's my question. Where is Marbania? He's not on the camera.
I was eating, man. I was like I had food on me and it dripping off.
Oh no,
Marbania?
mukbang! Always do that on camera. Are you kidding me?
You're Sorlock. You know that you have the was it Font of Magic or whatever it is, where you can transfer points to things and whatnot. You can sacrifice the Warlock spell point for points, put sorcerer spell slots back into place, take a short rest, and get the Warlock spells back then.
That's how that works. I knew there was a trick to that.
But so
you
my
just
question,
basically do a couple bonus actions to switch it and then
my
rest.
question about short rest
Cheerbits in the
goes
stream.
to any
Thanks
of
for the
you.
cheerbits.
As players, what is the disadvantage of taking a short rest ever? Is there a disadvantage?
You're not alert. Perhaps
Yes,
that
you are.
you could during that hour. Yeah, but during that hour, you could do something else instead of taking a short rest, like identify a magical item or search the ship that's there, or stuff like that.
So taking a short rest is not just sitting still and not breathing. I mean, you can do activities. Taking a short rest.
Yeah, but you can't take a short rest and identify a magical item. It specifies that.
Oh, I
could
didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But could you actually search through stuff at a restful pace? Kind of like.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I spend that spell slot and recovered that.
So everybody's taking the short rest. Okay, there you go.
Good boss.
Well, then I've got all my spell slots back then. Sweet. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
following Jerry 247. Welcome to the stream. Also, Gwydion, Bit Boss. Gwydion's here, everybody. What's up, Gwydion?
See, unlike other Jerrys, he's Jerry 24/7 all the time.
And I'm Bill.
Right. Nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, tending to wounds. Why couldn't you identify? But I guess it says that, right? It says you cannot.
Can you take a shot?
You take a shot.
I think in the when you're IDing, it says you can ID or you could take a short rest. You can't do both.
Sometimes that's strenuous.
You're talking about
Okay.
like an item? IDing a magic item?
Yeah. I've always let my players do that during a short rest. I don't know.
Okay, so guys, look,
It must be strenuous to do it, I guess.
we should probably check
It's too
through
strenuous.
the vote.
All right,
Do
let's
what,
take a
buddy?
peek. Who's on the pin? Who's on the pin? There you are. Obsidian, get off the pin. Thank you.
Running around, walking a mile.
Characters who search the wreckage find headless skeletons of 4 dead Netherese wizards. Hey, what do you know? And an iron safe with a combination lock on it.
It says right there you can identify during a short rest.
I will use my thieves' tools, see if I can open it.
Well, maybe it's a tuning I was thinking of.
Tuning takes an hour. You just have to
Yeah.
spend time with it. So you can't identify it and attune it in the same short rest.
Right, but you can do
And
either
You
of
can
those
do them in
things.
separate short rests.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you attune during a short rest,
Yes,
though? I'm not sure about that one.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I know that's... You can do either identify or attune, but if you...
Attuning to an item requires a creature to spend a short rest focused on only that item while being in physical contact with it.
Right.
So it is part of a short rest. It just cannot be the same short rest that you use to identify the item.
Also, it is possible
Right,
to
that's
attune
it.
to an item without knowing what it is. And in Fantasy Grounds, the DM can apply the effects and then hide them from the player. Pretty awesome. I don't know why someone
You
would do
can
that,
attune
but
to all
you
those
can.
cursed items. It's those auto-attuning cursed items.
Yeah.
So, like down in the hull of this old flying ship, you guys find a safe, a big iron safe down there.
So I'm using my thieves' tools to try to open it after I check
Like-
it for traps.
So you're gonna like kind of crawl into the hull of the ship and like underneath the planks and the smashed up thing and get down in here and then pull out your thieves' tools all the way down in here.
Are you yanking the
Yes.
safe out and then trying to do it?
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm very dexterous and skinny juggler.
That's why we call
And
him the worm.
do you have a light source with you? Are you using your torch?
I do. My torch, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this is a very. What languages do you speak?
Safe.
Not Dwarven.
Draconic and common.
You can tell that the lock has numbers written in Draconic on it, and they go from 0 to 50. But you're like, screw those numbers. I'm gonna try to pick it with my thieves' tools. And so you break out your stuff and you start picking and digging around and rolling a thieves' tools dexterity check. Takes you a minute.
So I'm going to check it for traps first, I said, and then I'm going to do the thieves' tools.
Give me an investigation then. So you look it over and you pretty much have no luck at all. I mean, not even one inkling of moving this thing. It's heavy, you know. You're like, so you're kind of laying on your side because it's on its side, and you got your lock picks out, and you know you checked it out. You didn't see any traps or any weird wires and stuff. It's kind of rusty too. And you get your lock picks out, and you're like, and and you unlock this thing. You succeeded on your
Cool.
thieves tools, exactly what you needed. And after a minute, you pop this thing open. And inside of the safe contains only one item, and it's a bag.
Attune to it. Identify it.
Okay, is it all sparkly and shiny? Does it look magical?
It absolutely
stick.
100% looks like a bag.
I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
So you fumble around and you pull out a stick and you poke it. Now it looks like a bag with a stick poking into it.
We'll bring it
All right,
on up.
so
we
I
can
will.
light it.
I will say, hey, there's nothing in here.
Let's see if it's fireproof.
And I'll bring out the
Dragon
bag.
Nope.
It's a bag with a stick
Hey, what's
in
in
it.
the bag?
A stick right now.
What's in the bag? What's in the
Open
bag?
the bag. Stick my hand in it. See if there's anything in the bag.
Teeth.
Little Miss Muppet sits on a tuffet.
It's a
The
mimic.
bag appears to be empty.
Empty bag.
So I'm gonna open up the bag and then put my unlit torch in the bag. See if it gets devoured.
The bag kind of starts to smolder when you. Oh, unlit torch. Okay, I didn't hear that part. It doesn't quite fit in the bag. The torch is a little too big. You know, it's a smaller bag. It's
Not a bag of holding.
like the smaller bag.
More of a pouch.
I'll do a
Congratulations.
little investigation. Am I able to tell what this thing is? Is there anything else in it? I'll open it.
The
and
bag
look.
appears to be empty.
Stick your
Sticks his
hand.
hand in it. What does he find?
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. There is a
No, I
torch
did not.
sticking out of it currently.
Hand
So
on
I'll
there.
pick it up with the torch and hand it. Does anybody want this? Maybe I missed something.
I'm just gonna stick my hand in it. See if there's anything in there.
You also agree that this bag appears to be empty.
It's an empty bag.
Turn it inside out.
I'll carry it.
So I'm going to go back to the chest and use my unlit torch and ring around and see if there's anything else in there that I can't see.
It's a safe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
It's a heavy ass safe. You don't see anything else in there. Other than like an empty like dust spot where there was a bag laying earlier.
So I'm going to put 2 copper in there and then lock it back up.
Pay for the
Can we-
bag.
Can we check the bodies of the mages to see if they had anything on them?
No. Yes, maybe.
Okay, let's take her bag and move forward, I guess.
So we did or didn't check the bodies?
I didn't
Check
hear
the-
anyone say they were checking the bodies. I heard a question if they could check the bodies.
The bodies of
Yeah.
the skulls, you mean?
Okay, Bill is checking
No,
the bodies of the
the
mages.
skulls. Yeah, there's
So
three.
Bill
There's
climbs
4 headless
into the
bodies.
wreckage and starts searching the bodies. And he finds
And he will ask
4.
Gabe for help and guidance.
Yeah.
He finds 4 skeletons. Their clothes have all been rotted away, and they don't appear to have any useful items on them. Enough, but you do find enough to identify these guys as they might have been some Netherese wizards at one time.
So they don't have a spell book.
You don't find any spell books.
Who keeps a fucking bag in a safe?
Just keep the bag. Something's
Apparently,
important about the bag.
Netherese wizards
that-
with no heads
maybe
that
they have
turn
a-
into flame skulls.
They have a thing for mundane items. Put it in the safe. Holy shit. Break time.
Okay.
At least we didn't find that in the safe.
Yeah, no, the bag is actually a bag of holding. I've been joshing on you guys. So inside
you're
the
hilarious.
inside the bag, yeah. So the outside dimensions are roughly 2 feet in diameter, and the mouth is 4 feet deep. The bag can hold up to 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. The bag always weighs 15 pounds, regardless of its content. Retrieving an item from the bag requires an action. So, do you have to like actually know what's in the bag to draw stuff out? How do you
No.
guys read that?
Well, also, when he put
No,
his torch in, it wouldn't have stopped. It would have gone all the way in the bag. Why did you?
unless it was
he was
full.
fucking with us.
He was messing with us.
I see.
I was just giving you the random bag, but it is a. I was hoping somebody would put the bag in there. He was handy haversack. Then we would know what it is for sure. But inside the bag, you find 4 amethysts. Amethysts. They're like a transparent, deep purple in color. They look like they're worth about 100 gold apiece. You find 4 of those, and you find a ring. Who's the first one rooting around in it? It was Obsidian, right?
Yeah.
Obsidian, give me a Constitution saving throw, please. As you pick up a ring that you immediately identify is made out of black ice or chardolin. And you can feel the urge of it, you know, that you want to possess it, but then you kind of blink your eye and resist the urge of putting it on.
You're like, my precious.
Yeah, and that's what's in the bag is the 4 amethysts and a ring.
I would like to roll for this, if seeing as how I have such high strength, it would be very beneficial. And I've been looking for a bag of holding in every town we've been in.
You should hold it then.
Go for it.
Maybe you can practice some more and see how to get your torch in it.
I could keep a couple of cobalts in there.
Well, go.
Valley says, I could keep a couple of my cobalts in there if you don't mind. You could carry the bag.
Zazzy could unencumber himself into the bag.
I
Right.
could.
Max encumbered right now.
I had to double check on the bag to make sure it wasn't a tuned item.
Are you still carrying three sets of armor, Zazzy?
No, I'm only carrying 1. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at my sheet and trying to figure out like why what is all my stuff that weighs anything. And the only thing that weighs over, I mean, I have a climbing kit which is 12, rope which is 10, and my armor's 55, but everything else is under 10. I don't know. I guess it all just adds up.
Remember, it's multiplied by the number you're carrying. So,
Right.
And you
like,
also
if you
have
20 rations. That's like 40 pounds.
You have 50 pounds of rations on you. 25 rations. That's 50 pounds right there.
Oh, I do. And I also have 4 healer's kits, which is 12 pounds. I forgot I could be using healer's kits to fucking fuck. I have 10
Oh, and you
healers.
also have the healer's feet, so you could be giving hit points back
right,
too.
and I just completely
shit.
forgot
For
about
healing.
it. Sven told me to do it, and I forgot I had it.
You mean all this time?
Well, but you can't do it during combat.
Every short rest.
So as I'm putting all these healing kits in there, like, can you use one of these on me and Vel, please?
And me? Please?
Yeah, I can use a healing kit. Okay, okay, let's see. How
Each
does that
healing
work?
kit does 10.
Right, I've got
Each
it on
healing-
my
yeah.
I've got it on my actions tab with 10 markers here. So
the healer's feat makes
As
it
an action,
better.
you can expend one use of the healer's kit to stabilize a creature that has 0 without needing to make a wisdom check. But what about healing?
Check
Under
out
your
the healer's feet.
abilities.
Not the
Oh,
item
the healer.
description.
Yeah, healer. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, the feat you took. 2D.
You are able to, as a physician, allowing you to mend wounds. Okay. Okay. You stabilize and they get 1 hit point. As an action, you can spend 1d6 plus 4 plus additional hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice. What? Yeah, okay, here we go.
So it's basically 1d6 plus 4 plus level.
Right, okay, so who's getting it? Bill.
Is it one time per long rest or short rest?
1 time per
long rest.
Long rest for each person.
Yeah. You remember this?
Once a day.
Now, does somebody else need it? I mean, everybody's.
So you should
Helene.
you should make an effect that you use that on that person. So
He did.
Yeah, there is.
It's a short or long rest.
Back when Sven was using it, he made the effect and edited it in.
Oh, you know what? That needs to be
For the
added.
feet.
I think Sven just did that on his own. I don't have
short
that.
or long rest.
Yeah, I did it on my own.
So I got to add that to the code in the codings.
Yeah, it is short or long rest. It is still overpowered.
Yeah, I thought you added that to the feet spell.
No, I didn't.
Well, why don't we take a break and discuss it afterwards? 10 minute.
My bladder agrees with you.
10 minute.
10 minute.
All right, let's do it.
Obsidian would like 1, 2, please. Also.
Okay. I will give Obsidian 1. Obsidian.
10-minute rest.
10 minutes. All right, stream, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and I'll put the clock on there for you guys. I will now mute myself to the player so I don't have to listen to my bullshit. There, now it's only the stream. My players don't hear me. I mean, if they listen to the stream, they can hear me, but, they don't hear me just right now. Yes. 9 minutes left. Join us Friday for... Oh, wait. Before I start announcing these, let me do my job and go to Photoshop here and change the slide for this game. What? Whoring's a problem. What is happening? So, Aquaman shows up, says hi, Aquamat. The dino, yeah, so Aquamat, what year was that? I literally have no memory of playing a dinosaur game ever. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. I just don't remember it. It's your hoarding problem. Bio, that's funny. All right, so let's go to Photoshop, change the slide for this game to next week's date. Which, of course, anytime you want to know what the date is a week in the future, you just add 7. So today's the 29th, so add 7. So May 36th will be the next game. May 36th. At the end of every month, I do that same joke. I always do it. It's actually June 5th. One time I did something and I told it was like February 35th, and somebody got mad at me and emailed me and said, you know that there's only 28, and I'm like, yeah, learn about joke structure. Learn about sense of humor, person. There's always somebody who can't take it. So, May 36th. Finally, Photoshop. Why that takes so long? It shouldn't take that long. All right, let's open up this slide. Change this to June 5. 6/5, right? Now we'll save it. Save both the PSD and or PSB as it were, PSD in this case, but also the JPEG. Now when I save to the JPEG, it will automatically change in OBS and you will see it. And that has now been done. Once that is done, I will also open the YouTube slide and change the episode number 29, which was last week, to 30, which is today. That way, after the game, when I upload it, I will have that all prepared and ready to go. That's how I do it. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. All right, now close Photoshop, right? And then I will tell you some special things. Those of you that are watching. So tomorrow, you don't want to miss. Tomorrow, I'm giving away $15,000 or more worth of prizes. Yeah, I did that bio. I went to the internet and looked it up and saw that it was a dinosaur survival game that I apparently played with Aquamat 88 some years ago and have no memory of it, which is that's not anything anybody should be insulted by. I don't remember last week. Now, if we did something 10 years ago, I will remember every detail of it. I have short-term memory loss. That's what it is. Anything between like 28 and 48 hours and up to 2 years or so, don't really remember it. It's kind of a nice way to live. Also, I don't remember movies that I watch beyond 10 years. So if I've seen a movie, if I haven't seen a movie in 10 years, and it can't be one I've seen like 60 million times, like Star Wars or something. There's about 100 movies that I've watched over and over and over and over and over, and I'll never forget them. But if I've just watched a movie once and then 10 years goes by, I can watch it again as if I've never seen it. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, the first time I saw Monty Python and the Holy Grail, I was 14. I saw it as a double feature in 1980 with Up the Academy. Look that up. Ralph Macchio. All right, so again, Sunday, tomorrow, I'm giving away $15,000 or more in prizes. I will be giving at least 5 Insanity bundles away to people tomorrow night. This is in celebration of me crossing the 100,000 items sold on DM's Guild, which I did about 3 or 4 days ago. I've been selling on the DM's Guild since January 29th of 16, and I just passed 100,000 sales. Now, if each of those sales was an average of $10, that would be amazing, but that's not the case. And besides, half of the money disappears off the top anyway. I think, let's see here, I'll show you guys. I'll show you what's up. Through yesterday, let's see, here we go. I can show you guys this. Through yesterday, I've sold 100,635 items, 650,000 in gross sales. So that's not my money. That's all the money that's people have spent on my items, and then of course DM's Guild takes half right away, and then anything that isn't me, I don't get the other. All these guys have done many projects, and they all get some money from what they sell. Anyway, so my pace to 1 million gross sales should be sometime maybe in the summer of 22, if it holds. The average per day is 334, but that goes up slightly as time progresses. But it's really more like, I mean, that's over all time. That includes like when I sold, a day. The first day I sold 13 cents, and the next 2 days I sold nothing. So anyway, that's what that whole thing is. But that's what's going on, everybody. So we're gonna have a celebration, and I'll cover more of that tomorrow night. Do I have enough? Ooh, this little teeny amount of Gatorade is maybe not going to last me the rest of the show. I might have to go get a Diet Coke. So how much time do I have? 2 minutes, 2:50. I can walk to the kitchen and back by then. Let's do it. Let's go on a journey to the refrigerator. It is a refrigerator. It can be called a fridge. Open the door. I hate singing. I have no idea why I'm singing. I can't stand it. I can't stand when people sing. I like music. I like professional music, but shower type singing, which I tend to do, I don't like it. I don't know why I do it. All right, I'm all the way back. I am all the way back, everybody. I got my fresh, new, cold Diet Coke ready to go. That should be it. Ark Survival. Why do I'm looking at this video game and I'm like, what the hell? Don't know. Yeah, Bio, look at some juicy items. Oh, right. People that sing that think they can see. Like, I know I can't. Mine's comedic, right? Because it's a shitty. Even though I was trained as a child in choir to sing, but I always hated it, and I don't know why as a kid, I kind of just went along with what everybody told me. You want to join choir? I do? Okay. And then it was kind of like I always went camping and fishing and to the lake and boating, and I was always told I was having fun. And I would think to myself, yeah, no, get me out of the sun. I don't fucking like any of this. And I think people that enjoy camping and go hunting and fishing and hiking and all, I think they're psychos. I think they're sociopaths. I don't understand why anybody would be attracted to that. They go on X Factor and yeah, holy shit. All right, it's time to come back, isn't it? I think it's time to come back. Let me go here, kill the 30 seconds. Okay, let me click kill that. I'm gonna kill that, like this and like that, and then I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna go like this, like that. And turn the sound off. I mean on. That. And we're back.
We're back. Ooh.
How many of the healer's kit did I use? 3? 1, 2, 3. That. Oh, I forgot about the healed. Somebody's been healed. Yeah, I gotta add that. I forgot about. That's what I was supposed to be doing during break. Forgot.
I am here. I'm just getting ready to be on camera.
Getting ready to be on camera? Wait, what does that mean? What are you doing to get ready for camera?
He's
I'm still eating.
I mean, okay, eating.
Still eating
That's
snack.
okay. Yeah,
Putting
eating's
the
okay.
human mask back on.
Yeah, my lizard face shouldn't be on stream.
I got Sentinel. That's funny.
Has bait and key.
Oh, what was that?
That was Sven finding the bag. Ching.
Yeah, Sven took the bag, but he didn't take what was in it, so I just stuffed the stuff that was in it on his character sheet. Let him deal with it.
Might want to drop the ring.
Is Fantasy Grounds Pro 5e like the Twitch D&D Beyond extension?
Pro Stream 5e.
I would say no. I would say it's not like that at all. There's a video by it.
No.
It's a video.
The
It's pretty
5e
awesome.
lets you have these little symbols on the bottom with windows with the character and all the stats and current hit points and all that stuff. That's what Pro 5e does.
Yeah, and it's dynamic. It updates as the game plays, so it's really cool. It's amazing that guy put that in there, put that together.
Yeah, and he's got the default theme or whatever that you can use for your overlay too.
Yeah.
That has all that information, or you can pick each individual. Like I was using it earlier, and I was using just like the health, wounds, and a couple other things on it.
Pinned in his channel is how to turn on the turn indicator, so that way the little overlay around each person's camera, like it'll highlight red around them if it's their turn.
So also, I'll put in the Twitch chat the link to the All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show that we did about that thing specifically. And it's like about an hour, 56 minutes, but you'll learn all about it.
He's working on something else too.
Introducing the Meeson.
All right, so you guys have spent so far over 2 hours in the caves of hunger, and you've made it to the first room. Going to be
Get
a
the hell outta here.
long trip.
Let's go back. Let's go home.
This was fun.
Now, is it warmer in the bag of holding? So I get in there and just leave my head out
I don't think you can get in it. I think that's bad.
during like a long rest.
Actually,
leave my head out.
I think there's 15 minutes of breathable air in the bag of holding, if I remember
What? Is
correctly.
that true? I heard you go in there. It's not good.
For a minute per I remember seeing something somewhere.
Yeah, there's 10 minutes of breathable air, but I leave my
10
head
minutes.
out and just lay there and go to sleep.
Well, also remember that we have
Like a
somebody
sleeping
that
bag
can
holding.
cast Leoman's Hut, don't we?
Bag of
about
holding
me and
is
my hut?
is not a. It's either in the bag or out of the bag. It can't be hanging in and out. It's a extra dimensional space, so you don't want to be caught between dimensions. So what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
So let me describe this area down here. The tunnel that leads south is a slippery 20-foot drop off that the characters can descend safely with a successful DC 15 athletics check. On a failed check, a character slips and lands prone, taking damage from the fall as normal. So that's down here.
I say we start around here to the north.
It's down here.
It's a long, narrow cave. Just twists and winds, and there's like descends.
Long and
then there was up here.
Something here, but takes this little guy to get through here.
Well,
All right, feats have been updated, everybody. It's got the healer's kit used. Updated. Go get it.
Alan Harpo's like, if only I had a healing potion, I would feel better.
Oh, I'll give her one. I've got 6 healing potions. Hold on.
you'll give her one? Giggity.
I'm going to give her one. So down to 5, and now I'll get the code, and I'll slap it on her.
Like,
what the?
Pour it down her face. Here you go, drink it! Drink it! Sam Kennison her in the face. Drink it! Ooh, nice.
Pretty good one.
8 points back. She's like, thank you. I might survive a fireball or two after all.
You're welcome. I also gave you healer's kit used. You see.
See that? She's like, she's not as wounded as Bill is.
My name is Bill.
My name is Bill. Okay, Bill's tired of waiting on all these people. He knows what's around the corner, the baiting room, with some stairs. So let's go this way, guys.
Watch the stick spots.
Right,
yeah, watch out for the little
sticky spots.
smoky liquid over there.
Oh man, smoky liquid. I don't think I needed to hear that. Smoky liquid. Jesus.
All right, as you guys
all right.
As Bill moves into this room, he sees there's like frost-covered like blocks of stone that jut from the floor of this. It's just a 10-foot high cave of pretty much ice. and you can see the blocks of stones in the middle of the room. And Bill, when you get to here,
Do I see more flame skulls? Like casting
no,
fireball at
you
my
see
house?
on top of this skull or stone. Sorry, you got me saying skull.
That's awesome.
You see a emaciated kobold, and he looks up at you with his glowing red eyes, and he bares his elongated fangs, and he hisses at you.
Does he have a trench coat on?
And he like scampers away.
In which direction?
Away, meaning away from you.
Which direction? Away. Saturday's a highlight.
Okay.
Saturday's a good day.
And I think that's probably a good spot to do one of these things.
Oh,
I thought you was going to say
11
to
o'clock.
call it for the night.
Time to stop.
11 o'clock. Time to call it. Time to call it right there.
It's a good time to see who's gonna do what.
I'll show you who's gonna do something.
And if
With guidance, Bill is still last.
all right, so Grun, you have no idea what's going on. You're in the back, and
We saw a kobold. I'm not sure if he had a trench coat.
I don't know.
Hey,
Did Bill
Valen.
yell anything out? Does the rest of the party know?
Well, I'm
Bill
yelling
will
it.
just
Zazzy
yell,
would've saw it.
Kobold, Valen.
I'm just gonna kind of move up behind Quaid. And I'm gonna tell Yix to go down the other way and see if these join up or if it goes somewhere else.
What's Yix's passive perception?
Passive perception is 11.
Okay, he's free to move about the cabin.
And he's going to move down here. He's flying, he doesn't have to fall. And
Yeah,
invisible.
so in this room, Yix is gonna see sparkling icicles as long as longswords cling to the 40-foot high roof of this cavern.
Mm-hmm.
The floor of which is strewn with frost-covered blocks of stone and a toppled pillar. Embedded in the east wall is a glittering stone tower that appears to have crashed through the ceiling long ago. The exposed wall on the tower is cracked and has a few small holes in it, but is otherwise intact.
Okay. Yix is gonna head kind of down. Let's see, that was 5, 10,
25,
20,
I think there.
25. So taking his dash action, he has 15 left in his regular move, and then another 40. So I want to head down this direction to there. To explore a little bit.
Is he invisible?
He is invisible, yes.
Obsidian, I think you probably did not catch the cobalt, like jump down and get behind the rock, scurry behind the big boulder. So you didn't see him.
All right, I'm going to move through Zazzy's square and over.
Bill will kind of point to who's over there.
And see what I can see from here. That's 25 feet. I'll go there. Do I see anything?
You see, like, 4 frost-covered blocks of stone and cobwebs and debris and stuff all over the place. But you don't see a cobalt.
Debris.
All right, so I'll sort of take a defensive mode as I'm looking around.
The band in the 80s. All right. Zazzy. Janky movement. Zigzag. I'll go there and see if I see the guy that was running away from me.
So you're going to go through all these cobwebs and stuff and across these frost-covered blocks?
Sure.
Give me an acrobatics check.
All right, I'll use one of my inspirations for that. Acrobatics. Do 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 skidoo do do do. Like that.
A 9. So you like slip when you're trying to get up on the rock there, and you kind of fall down into the webs here, and you got like webs stuck on you.
So my bad. I would not have gone up on top of an object. I didn't realize that's what you meant. I would of course not be climbing anything when I could just walk around it. I didn't realize that what was happening there. I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like when I look at maps, I assume that none of it is true. You said cobwebs and icicles, right? I mean, I didn't realize I was climbing on anything.
Ice blocks covered in frost that are.
So no, I would. So I obviously would not have climbed on a block when I could so easily just walk around it. I would not have done that.
So you were there?
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah, go ahead then.
I would have done like that. Well, okay, hold on. Never mind. Don't do anything. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to put you back on there.
I would have gone to there.
Have you used Fantasy Grounds before? I'm just asking. Asking for a friend.
I can tell you something. The delete move and the delete token
should be gone.
They look either exactly the same or very, very similar. And so I tend to do that. Okay, so now I can see that guy, right? So
you can see him. Let me. Is he turned on for you? He's right there. He's right there. He's like, he looks at you and goes, and he sees his fangs on his teeth. He's like,
shit. Okay, I'm going to something. That.
He like scurries under the block a little further.
Okay, and when I see that I am not able to hurt him, I'll just go right back there.
Quaid.
Well, I'm trying to like wind my way down here and see what the hell's going on. Not sure I can. I heard kobold. Bill yelled kobold. That's all I heard.
I yelled it.
Yeah, so 25 feet to right there. And I'll ready a cantrip and fire Eldritch Blasts at anything that attacks one of us.
Bill
will talk about how this thing has glowing red eyes. And he will go ahead and saunter.
Saunter.
Right over here. And doing so, going, hey, it's right there.
Yeah, it's like kind of almost underneath that rock, it's like cover. It's hiding. Not to you though, Bill. I mean, when you come around the corner, you clearly got line of sight on him. He hisses at you.
All right, Bill, go ahead and throw his battle axe. Hit him. Yes. Level 2 smite.
Wow.
Suck that. And then we'll swing the battle axe around and do a little hip thrust right in his face.
You got extra attack or something?
No, I get 2 attacks. Level 5 paladin.
So extra attack or whatever it's called, yeah.
Sorry. I'll also pop another smite because I know from hanging out with the other kobolds that their eyes aren't supposed to glow.
And have really big fangs.
Yeah. No, that's
be called vampire spawn. And probably as you like chop his head off.
all right. This thing's a vampire. Do I know anything about vampires on how to make sure that they don't come back like fucking flaming skulls and cast, fireball on me?
Would your character know stuff about vampires? Is he a vampire hunter? Does he have a book of vampires?
He's a paladin,
Did he
so
take
in
a
his
college course.
In his paladin studies, it is potential that he may have learned about the undead, including.
Is he trained in
vampires.
religion?
He is not.
So he didn't even take a religion course, and so.
Well, it's a little
medicine,
I'm paladins.
History. He is trained in history.
Yeah, you can roll a history, see if you know the history of this kobold. Yeah, you're pretty much sure that this is a kobold that has been bitten by some more powerful vampire.
Hey guys,
But
we got a vampire
the
around
part
here.
where you learned where to bury these guys and burn their bodies and do all that kind of stuff, you were in the parking lot with your girlfriend.
Giggity.
You skipped that class.
Giggity.
Sweet.
Giggity. But you guys are out of combat, actually, because it's dead. And I unlocked the tokens.
Yeah, I had to become immune to disease somehow.
I'm going to use the torch to burn the cobwebs and see what's underneath.
Yix is a little concerned about those icicles falling down.
Yeah, the cobwebs burn kind of slowly because they're covered in frost and ice. But you don't find any useful items buried in the cobwebs as you're doing that. But
Hey, Zazzy, should we do something with this thing?
What thing?
He kicks the kobold.
as Bill goes wandering off by himself and pulls the next room, Zazzy, you get to go first as you see up at the ceiling some of the icicles start to move around and vibrate. And
Well,
Bill's been renamed Leroy.
Leroy Bill.
my name is Leroy. Do I see any of them moving in my sight? I don't see anything on the map.
yeah, let me pretty much the whole ceiling is covered with these things.
All right, well, I'm going to shoot at one of them. Where are they?
Hold on, let me you do that.
Whoa, what the hell? My screen's freaking out. What the hell? All right, well, I'm ready to shoot something, but I don't see anything.
Give me a perception check at disadvantage, please, since you don't have a light source.
Well, I have dark vision.
Correct. So you're in dim light and you have disadvantage on perception checks.
I don't like it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, no. So you can tell that something up at the ceiling 40 feet up is moving. You can hear like the movement and you can sense it, but you can't actually see anything to target other than icicles. Are you trying to target an icicle? Icicles as long as longsword, cling to the 40-foot high roof of this cavern.
Yes. 1 second. Yes, I am trying to hit. I'm just trying to fire blindly as opposed to 0 chance. I have some chance to hit something. So I am firing. I am doing a cantrip, which is a save into. Sorry, it is a ranged attack into that area. Yes.
So point to the square that you wish to target. That one. Okay. And roll your attack in the chat, please. Shield touch. So that's a ranged hit. Yeah, so you hit the ceiling and a couple of small icicles fall to the ground, but you don't get one of the big ones.
Okay,
Break
and then
one of the big
I'll
ones
yell
off.
to the party who's around the corner. The ceiling is moving in here. Big trouble.
Let me in.
Let me in.
I got a ceiling cleaner. Called Fireball. It's 40 feet up, so we're out of the range.
I might be the last person you ever see.
You suddenly the whole place fills with a dense, cold fog. And let's see. Which causes people in the area to be blinded. Ooh.
What kind of...
The fog itself causes blindness? Or does it cause
The
magical darkness?
heavily obscure causes blindness. Oh, thank you. Let me roll for her. Yeah, so the whole area becomes heavily obscured. Bill.
Heavily obscure. Okay. Bill will realize that some bullshit's going on. And since he can see through magical darkness and all that shit, he's just going to run back towards Zazie. Or where...
Wait, what allows you to see through magical darkness?
That would be double sight.
But it doesn't allow you to see through heavily obscured.
Correct. Basically, this is not a magical darkness. This is something else going on. So he's going to run back to Zazie area.
Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Slip blind. I can't see where you're going.
And basically his intent is to get back to Grun and tell Grun we need a street sweeper.
Why aren't you blinded?
I don't know.
He has blinded.
I mean,
But his token isn't blinded.
am I out of the area of effect?
Yeah, he is. You just have party vision
Yeah.
enabled. So
Yeah, if I click on him,
if I click on him specifically, it's can't see
Yeah,
anything.
it's all like a blurry. Like I can see a blurry image.
That's just the
His
remembered
memory.
vision.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going off of.
Oh, okay. I've been unselecting him is why it's confusing me.
Yeah, that's what I'm going off of. Is just my blurry vision remembered thing, trying to get back to the room that's somewhere over in this area. So he gets over here. I'm guessing he hears Yix, and he'd probably end up at this point because of the turn. I'm guessing there's a turn here. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd probably be hitting the wall,
When
kind
you
of going, "Run,
leave
run."
that area, you are no longer blinded.
Oh, okay. I was just playing as though he's still blinded and he hits the wall right about there. Just
The
run,
heavily
run.
obscurement is including Yix's square.
Oh, okay. So when he gets to about here, he's going to be screaming for Grun. We have icicles and stuff that makes you blind, and I think Zazzy's gone. We'll remember him greatly, fondly.
Zazzy's
what-
dead?
Quaid.
What?
What?
Just like this fog rolled in and Zazzy disappeared, and
Oh God! Well, let's get the hell out of here. Quaid's not going. He can't. There's too many people in there.
we need street sweeper services.
Yeah, but I can't. I mean, I can't make it there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But I can make it as far as the square that you're in if I head that way. And I don't have a fondness for growing blind. What's that? A dead cobalt? I can step over that, right? It's a difficult terrain. That's 20, 25, 30, 35. Use my action to dash that direction.
That's uphill too, so all that's difficult terrain before you do that.
Why is it difficult terrain?
Because it's slippery stairs that go up.
I've got Boots of the Winterlands.
Oh, cool. There you go.
All right.
Yix. He's also blinded, but I don't know where he's moving to.
He's just gonna stay right where he is. He's gonna slap Bill with a stinger.
Hey,
Maybe he'll take dodge action.
I need to check something real quick. Hold on.
Time's up.
Yeah. All right. So this guy is going to. try and do this at Zazzy.
What?
So you hear from up top. With advantage, you hear icicles breaking from up top. And you got to make a saving throw, dexterity saving throw, to not get hit by one of these icicles. Jump out of the way as one of the icicles crashes right down next to you.
Success.
Run.
All right, Grun basically wants to run up to Yix's spot. So he's gonna go there, and then he is going to cast Fireball up at the ceiling. So it should be well above Zazzy, but
can you read the description of Fireball for me?
absolutely.
Shit blows up.
It does not require that you see the target. I will clarify that. It just, a bright streak flashes from your pointing finger to a point you choose within range. So
Since you've never been in this room and never even seen it, how would you know to shoot up at the ceiling that high?
Because I said the ceiling was moving.
We've had
And
multiple people warn me
Ah.
about ceilings and
Okay,
icicles and all that.
let me give it to you.
Happened before.
I give it to
Shooting
you.
up to hit the ceiling.
Can't you see through Yix's eyes anyway? Yix
Yix
flew
is
through that whole
blinded
thing.
too.
We're both blinded.
Yeah, but he flew through that room.
Yeah,
so
but he
knows
wasn't
how it's
looking
really
through his
high.
eyes when
I
he
wasn't.
flew through there.
Yeah, that requires an
okay.
action.
He has to. Yeah, he has to concentrate on that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I want to blast anything at that within that fireball.
Let me do this so you can. Oh wait, can I target for you? Wait, I got this stupid thing in the way.
Should be able to. I mean, if you open up his character sheet, you could drop the token and click it.
If I do
Click the
target
target.
mode and then unselect
Zazzy.
Zazzy, that'll work. There you go.
All right, fireball. Here we go.
Holy good God.
Everything failed. Except for one.
2.
Personal best.
Everything died. You killed them all.
Nice.
Seriously?
It's raining.
Yeah. You killed every single ice method that was up there.
Nice.
It's raining fast, guys. Hallelujah.
And they no longer can concentrate on fog clouds, so
Sleigh bells
Message from Mitch.
ringing. Are you listening?
so let me
Now it's raining methods.
yeah, the icicles are falling and I'm gonna the fog cloud dissipates pretty quickly. Who else has blinded on them? BX?
Bill might?
Run.
She
I
removed
think
it?
I took it off of you.
Okay.
Yeah, Grun still has it. And where's Yix at? It says dodge on him. I don't think he has dodge on him anymore. All right. Unlock your tokens and pull you guys out of combat immediately because you killed all the ice methods.
We win. That's why.
You won D&D.
Yeah.
Fireball always wins.
All right, so a redescription of this room, just so you guys can hear it again, is the sparkling icicles as long as longswords no longer cling to the 40-foot high roof of this cavern, the floor of which is strewn with frost-covered melted blocks of stone and a toppled pillar. Embedded in the east wall is a glittering stone tower that appears to have crashed through the ceiling long ago. The exposed wall is cracked and has a few small holes in it, but is otherwise intact.
So I'm going to take my sword. I was going to get ready to chop this thing up, but then Vel, before she leaves the room, she was right behind me. I asked her, "Hey, do you know about these undead things? What should we do with these? Can you use it, or should I chop it up? Or I don't want it to be like those stupid skulls."
I didn't even see that little thing laying there underneath. Let's Professor Scant. He is an expert at vampirism. So Professor Scant takes a look at this thing and says, "Indeed, that is a vampire spawn. If you wish to kill it forever and stop its regeneration, then you have to drop it with radiant damage, which it appears it's already been taken care of."
What are you talking about?
So I'm going to chop its head off and chop his feet off, throw the feet down in the corner, and throw the head up and by the stairs. With
You
my
can do
moon
that
touch
too, but
short
that
sword.
wouldn't do anything. That's the radiant damage that really does it. Holy water and
cool.
Holy water and sunlight would also affect it.
So Zazzy spamming Sacred Flame.
Pew.
So I'm still going to do it, and then I'll head over with the rest of the group.
All right, I'll move her back to where she was. And
Shall I proceed?
so you guys see a the fog cloud is kind of dissipating, and through the fog that's dissipating, your dark vision starts coming back up in this corner over here, and you hear it first.
Who is it, Shaggy?
Right? It's Shaggy. And coming out of the fog, you see a creature that looks like this.
Okay.
A hyena.
What in the fuck?
It's a were hyena. Or something, I don't know.
That's
Or a
got a
hyena
serious
vampire.
problem.
I don't want
Its
those guys in there anymore. As it appears over there, and we have one of these.
Tickly Lee.
Tickly Lee.
Don't forget Valley.
Yeah. Thank you, Bob, for that. Zazzy, you didn't roll initiative.
What the hell are you talking about? There we go. Well, it doesn't matter, I guess.
Jay.
Yeah, I was going to let you go last anyways.
Okay, thanks.
So this thing gets to go first.
Appreciate it.
Give me 1 second. Let me refresh my thought process on this. So he lets out a bone-chilling cackle. Oh. Okay, here we go.
I'll be using my inspiration on a saving throw.
Yeah, I'll use it too.
Okay, me too.
Which affects everybody.
Get advantage to hear it.
Sweet.
Run.
Bill.
Fail.
I'd be frightened. I'm peeing my cod piece of Rob's big package.
You take a Lily.
There, real quick. Bone-chilling cackle. Become frightened. A creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on a success. If you made it, you're immune to the cackle for the next 24 hours. So the cackle. It's a cackle. So he lets out his cackle, scaring a couple of you, and he moves up a little closer and jumps up on these rocks, and goes, "Rah!" and looks right at Quaid, and you could see his eyes are kind of like doing a little mez thing. Jumps up there. Grun.
So I can see him?
Uh,
I saw him for a second and then he disappeared. Maybe that was cool.
Right, he's behind that column to you.
Well, screw that. I'm frightened. So I'm gonna cast Fireball.
If you have to sacrifice Quaid, it's worth it.
And he fails. 30 points of damage.
There. And then he's scared, so he's gonna run back so he doesn't have to look at this guy.
Beal. Not happy with this guy. Scared.
Oh, frightened expired.
Gonna go ahead and frighten.
I didn't have to do nothing.
Go, it's a thing, and Hunter's mark his ass.
It's a thing. Run.
It's a thing. Right there. And he's going to Eldritch Blast him.
I got this an hour ago during the break. And just now opening it. Oh. The first hit off a can, everybody.
He dodged.
And the second one. He's so scary.
He dodged. Closing your eyes or something. But you make your saving throw. I'm stopping it. Pop ball. Quaid?
Well, since grunts work so well, Quaid pulls a bead off of this necklace of fireballs. Boop, tick, that off. And
You drop it.
Whoops.
nope. I throw it out there at that guy. He succeeds, but he is still going to get half damage, right?
Yeah, he is.
Oh no, not item torch.
You ignite torch with said fireball.
Bead of
All
torches.
right, well,
You got a bead of torches.
That.
Oh, snap.
Bam!
and then I am moving like there.
It's the Joker dog.
Yikes.
He's Yix. He's not scared. So he's gonna come over and distract take a leaky and give advantage to Obsidian by giving him the help action.
Take a leaky.
All right, so I was looking around the corner, and then I hear this laughter. So I'm going to move. I'm not in a square. If you would adjust me, please. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to move there so I can see what I can see. All right, so I move 45 feet, and then I'm going to slash him with my sword. Because this does not look like a friendly thing. And I heard 2 fireballs go off, so I'm guessing that diplomacy did not work.
You're not sure there was any diplomacy. All you heard was... Ooh, it's a crit. Nice. With an effect. +5 to your AC for 1 round. Nice. Go ahead and roll damage.
Very nice.
$12 points.
All right, and I'm going to use my advantage to attack it again. And then I'm going to try kicking it in the face. And I'm going to try to do a stunning strike.
Righty. I got a Scooby snack.
But he saved, so he's not quite stunned.
Not quite stunned.
Not quite.
He's just
Not
stun
quite.
adjacent.
Well,
Stun
she can see
adjacent.
it, so
Shit, I'm stun adjacent. Ruh-roh.
she's going to use another spell or another another charge of magic missiles off of her wand. And blast this thing with some magic missiles. She's like, we have to wound it with radiant damage, is what Professor Skank said. Don't have any radiant. A necromancer. I will blast it with missiles and make it laugh at me.
Good rolls.
4, 3, and 4. Zazzy.
All right. Now you're going to see probably a stupid, wasteful turn. Where is he? I can't see him.
You think he's on the other side of this pillar over here somewhere that you can't see over?
All right, let's go look to see if I can see.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Lighting. And
Hi,
lighting.
Techie.
Line of sight and lighting.
All right, I'm going to attack him with a more fervent thing than a...
More furry than your ice cream problem.
No, I guess I'm not. Okay, here we go.
Oh!
I told you it would be
He
a bad
saved.
turn. All right, so I'm going to move to there. Call it pass. Pass to the professor. Puff, puff, pass.
Yeah, he's hiding in a bag. Obsidian gets initiative. Top of the round 2. This thing looks at you and says, "This initiative every round really screws up my plan."
Yeah, good.
Well, you see, I'm actually much faster. I have a +4 to my initiative. I just rolled really bad last turn. So now that I ran up here, it just makes sense that I'm able to go since I'm right here in your face as I slash him with my sword. Trying the stunning strike again.
Ah.
Follow with the backswing, it misses, and then another elbow to the face.
Which is a hit.
All right. One of these times, the stunning strike's going to work. Try it again.
Or you run out of key points. I don't know which comes first. Oh, he fails.
All right, so the elbow finally right up into the jaw, rocks his head back.
And Yix is going to try and distract this thing and give the help action to Grun.
Zaze.
Zaze is going to try the same shit he tried before. So he'll go move over there. Little T of the D action. Fail! Oh, fucking fuck.
No guiding bolt?
I don't have guide. Oh, I do have guiding bolt. Yeah, I'm going to do that next time.
Oh, wait,
Hey,
why
I
didn't he
moved.
roll
What
for
the
his...
fuck? I moved.
Why didn't he roll for his stun, or does that come off?
Ooh.
It lasts for 1 round.
Yeah. So on the next initiative, it should drop to the end of Obsidian's next turn. So hopefully
To
he
the
rolls
end of
low.
his next turn.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully he goes last.
Slow yourself down, Obsidian.
Quaid.
All right,
Quaid.
so I'm gonna move to there and see what I can see. Actually, see, put me here instead. That would have still been 20 feet. 25, 30. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shadow Blade. And then I'm going to attack him with the Shadow Blade. So let's see, self attack. I don't understand all the codes on here. Shadow Blade self. We are in dim light.
You're in light
No.
because Obsidian has light
Not
on
right
him.
now. Okay, so I'm not in dim light. All right, so I will attack him then.
He is stunned.
Which is a hit.
That is a hit.
Ooh, nice damage. 11
He takes
points.
that.
Psychic.
And I'm out of movement, so I'm kind of here.
Grun.
All right, Grenna's going to move up there. And I don't have any more fireballs. But
I
I'm
know, I
going
was
to blast
joking.
this thing.
That's a hit. It drops to the ground.
It's dead.
All right, somebody do radiant damage to this thing. I don't want the thing regenerating or coming back.
I can do radiant damage.
She looks through her repertoire and says, I can animate dead.
All right, so I'm going to slam my fist into the ground.
It's Bill's turn.
So
Oh, I
Bill,
thought we were out of combat. Okay.
No, because she
Bill
moved back
shall
up.
Bill shall saunter over there. Shall raise his Rob's big package up on high and say, "Have at thee, thou villain." Oh yeah, I have to hit it first. Sorry.
Yeah, you
gotta hit
could
the dead
fumble.
thing.
You could fumble.
Doubt it.
You didn't.
Have at thee!
Have at thee.
Good lord.
Partially
You
resisted.
shall die. And that'll be the end of my turn. Okay.
Quaid steps back and wipes this fucking bloody mess off of himself that just got splattered all over him, and kind of stands back. Thanks, Bill, and uses prestidigitator to clean himself up.
Cool.
I don't even think I have prestidigitator.
Let's see if this thing has any last dying explosions going on. Like the ice methods, they all exploded when the fireball went off, but there was no one up there, so it didn't do anything.
It's not his turn.
Yeah, it's not his turn.
The turn that he
Well, no,
exploded
when you hit it with radiant, does it blow up, or it doesn't do anything weird? It just
What the hell
turns
was that,
into itself. It returns back into its humanoid form, which is not humanoid but hyena. It's a
No.
it is considered a hyena vampire.
Well, hyenas running packs. So
And it was
it's a
supposed to
World
give
War.
you guys more grief than this, but since it went like crappy initiative, it
went
didn't get to
first.
go anywhere.
It frightened me and grunt.
Remember?
Well, that was its downfall. It went, and then all of us got our turns, and then nearly all of us got our turns again before it could go.
Right.
And it doesn't have legendary, so
Yeah, it has no. It's not a boss mob or anything.
It blew
But
itself.
yeah, you guys beat it up. You guys beat it up.
It died.
So now what are you gonna do?
search the room.
I don't
Search the
I don't
corpse.
know why Dennis Quaid is able to move through a tower like that.
Because you didn't draw walls.
I
Yeah.
didn't draw this map.
I
I
didn't
thought
draw
that
this
was a
stupid
crack.
map.
I moved right to that crack right there.
Crack.
I always go for the crack right there.
Yeah, who did this?
Screwed up. They drew this blocking, but not that.
Right?
Well, the tower has collapsed, right? That's what I was thinking from the way you read that. And the map made me think that too.
You can't control Z anything anymore either. Damn it.
Nope. They disabled that.
It's bad, Kai.
It's
Just
bad,
retarded.
boy.
The tower is not able to go through. It says the tower appears. Professor Scant comes out of his hidey hole and he says, the tower appears to be of Netherese construction. Were it not for the cracks and holes, the stone would be smooth as glass. Must have been shaped by wizardly magic.
So being Netherese, I mean.
Yeah, the walls are cracked and has a few small holes in it, but is otherwise intact.
All right.
So that should have terrain on it. I mean,
Can we make a hole
line
into
of
it?
sight on it.
Since in the cracks, can we like poke a hole to get inside? Hey, Obsidian, punch a hole through the wall, please.
Did he? Well, if I can see through one of the cracks, I can get in there.
You can see through one of the cracks. You look through one of the cracks?
Yes, I want to see.
You can see the walls are decorated with shifting geometric patterns. And inside the tower, you can make out a skeleton with white robes lies on the uneven floor.
I don't think I want to go in there.
Professor Scant says, "What do you see?"
It's a skeleton in white robes laying on the floor, walls, iridescent geo shapes moving around. Weirdness.
Should we go explore it?
It's like I remember a music festival one time. I saw some shit like this stage show, man.
Okay, nothing to see here. Let's move on. Let's go, guys. To the south.
Ryan, what do you think?
I don't know how hard it is going to be to get inside there.
But
Getting in is not the hard part.
Shadow step. Step.
Well, you can, but I mean, like for all of us, that seems like a nice place to take a short rest.
I can misty step.
Well, let me look around in here. Well, come in here with me.
No.
Please, I'm all alone.
I gotta explore
After a
this
short rest, I
outhouse. Come
could.
with me.
No, I
There
could.
are other passages as well that may lead around to the other side as well.
We don't have to go in there yet.
Do we really want to go in here?
Nah, not yet.
We can come back to it.
Obsidian makes a good point. I read a book by a guy from Waterdeep named Gary Gygax one time, and he said, if you can't proceed dungeon one way, go back the other.
Let's go this way. Whee! Look, guys, it looks like a hole or a rock.
Uh-oh, I've been locked.
The top of this partially shattered tower rests on its side in the middle of this 30-foot high cavern. Long icicles hang from the ceiling above the toppled spire. North of the tower is a 15-foot diameter hole in the floor that seems to be the upper end of a tunnel. Oh, 1 second.
So what
Clicking.
happens when you shoot a 20-foot radius fireball down a 15-foot hole?
Huh.
It doesn't
Clicking on the.
it doesn't expand until it gets to its destination.
Wade's more worried about.
I'm clicking on the text and it's not putting it in chat. That's weird. There it goes. Finally, I had to unlock it. Do you have to have it unlocked to do that? I never even noticed that.
No, you shouldn't.
Didn't do it till I unlocked it. So. What are you going to do?
Quite.
So this tower is, you said, is leaning on its side. I want to look
Wait,
around
you
the
guys
other
aren't
side
in
of the tower to
initiative.
see if there's anything hiding behind it.
I unlocked your
initiative.
tokens. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I had to put the traps on there and then engage the encounter.
Yeah.
To lock the tokens. So where are you guys moving to in this room?
Who would do that kind of thing?
I'm going around the back of the tower, see if there's anything over here.
Yix wants to fly and look down that tunnel.
Let's see. The hole in the floor is the mouth of a glass smooth tunnel. So it's
Ice
like
slide.
totally
A
smooth
huge tunnel.
Yeah, and it's 30 feet, 15-foot diameter hole in the floor.
Does it angle down like a slide, like a?
Yeah, you could. It looks like if you had a.
I want to send Yix down it just to kind of take a look a little ways. Just gently flying down.
You see the obsidian when you move around to that side of the tower, the fallen tower. You see a tucked up under inside there is a laying on its side is a chest, a wooden chest, like covered in ice. Obsidian, see that it's up underneath. Looking in there.
Okay, so if nothing else is happening in the room, I'll go check out the chest.
So you're gonna crawl in there?
Yes.
Try to pull this chest out. Give me an athletics check, please.
I'm not going to try to pull the chest out. I'm just going to try to open it or look in it.
It's like kind of frozen here. It's like stuck in some ice upside down or on its side, so you can't really open it. Did you just roll a 24 strength?
I did.
So he's like,
throw the wedge of my sword in there.
He like pushes the
get the right
tower
leverage.
off. He pushes the tower off of the chest, kicks it over with his foot.
Oh no! It fell on Zazzy.
Bangs on the freaking
Kidding.
latch, and icicles fall off of it. And then he kicks it open with his foot, and you can see inside the chest. There's a whole bunch of smashed potion bottles, all broken, except for 2 of them. have survived.
You want to have mending? We can get these potions back.
You can get the bottles back, but all the fluid is long drizzled away.
Slushy now.
It's slushy.
Slushy. So, how far down is Yix gonna go down this tunnel?
I mean, he'll go down for he can move 80 per round with his dash. So I'll say have him go down for 2 rounds to see if he encounters anything. So that would be 160. And if he doesn't see anything more interesting within 160 feet, then turn around and come back.
All right, when he gets towards the end of his movement, he can see that this tunnel opens up into an enormous cave, and it has like glassy walls and a smooth dome ceiling, like 40 feet up. And there's 2 large pools of water, both which have steam rising from them. So the room is much warmer down here, and it's covered in steam.
Anybody need a bath?
I think we all do.
I'm gonna have him return. Let's finish exploring up here, and then maybe that's where we can take a look at going down next.
So what's going on with these 2 potions? You're just gonna stare at them?
You have a bag of holding, you can throw them in.
I'm going to do my little taste test, see if I can figure out what they are.
You think the first one is wyvern poison?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're pretty sure. No, I'm kidding. They're both potions of superior healing.
What the?
Nice.
Right,
This
which
is
I'll
nice.
which I'll drop into the party sheet, and that's what we're gonna do for tonight. We're gonna stop it right here.
Very good. We found some potions at the end.
And a hot
Superior healing potions and a hot tub. So next week we're gonna be doing Rob Tui, Icewind Dale stream, hot tub D&D.
Hot tub time machine.
It's a new thing on Twitch, Hot Tub Dungeons and Dragons. That's what we're gonna be doing.
Oh, don't forget, everybody, come tomorrow night. Drake and I are going to give away $15,000 worth of prizes. 15.
You could get your hands
Yep,
on
I'm
Rob's
spending
big
Rob's
package.
money tomorrow night. Yeah.
That's right.
You might be one of the lucky ones to get your hands on Rob's big package.
5 people.
We're done. Yeah, we're
Thank you,
done for
Drake.
tonight.
Thanks,
We're done.
stream.
Yep.
Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys next week on this channel anyways.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Drake. All right, everybody. Don't leave yet. I haven't given out the end of stream rewards, which I shall do right now. I shall do it, and then it shall be done. So, here we go. Add points. There you go, everybody. Jerry247, you're asking where is the video tomorrow? I'm not sure I know exactly what you mean by that. Please restate, and I shall endeavor to answer you. Oh, unless you're talking about the giving away all the prizes. Oh, that's on the Sunday night show. If that's what you're asking about, it's right here. It's in 21 hours from now. Yes. Tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. We do a show every Sunday night, and as you see by the slide on the screen now, 100,000 items sold on DM's Guild, and as an homage to myself, I don't know if it's an homage, but in celebration of that, I'm giving away $15,000 plus on the stream tomorrow night. And what that entails is I'm giving away 5 insanity packages. So that's all 400 and let's just see how many. 407 titles. So everything on DM's Guild.
Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the cheerbits.
Cheerbits, Marbania. Thank you, sir. Cheerbits, Marbania. Bitboss. So everything that's on DM's Guild that has my name on it, so 407 titles, will be given to 5 lucky people. And that prize package is worth, each of them is worth $3,100 something. It's over $3,000. And then who knows what else I'll be giving away? We don't know. So that's going to be a big prize extravagance.
Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the cheerbits.
Bioweapon Cheerbits. Bitboss. Now Bioweapon is the new Bitboss. Cheerbits. Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate the cheerbits. Also, let me, in addition to giving you guys the 100 points already, let me also tell you. Did that even go through? Oh, yeah, I did. 100 points to 26 users. Okay. Also, let me remind everybody that if you're watching the show and you're just hanging out at the channel, and that's all you do is watch, that's perfectly fine. All we care about is that everybody's having a great time and having some fun. And you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to cheer bits. You don't have to do anything except watch and have a good time. That's all we care about. However, if you do want to do other things to participate and support the channel, I will put those in the chat right now. It says, here's all the things you can do to help or be involved with the channel. And you can type any of these words with an exclamation point in front of it, and it'll give you the proper URL. For example, Discord. You can come to our Discord server where we have over 2,000 people talking about D&D 5e, Fantasy Grounds, Dungeons and Dragons, DM's Guild all day and all night, 24/7, worldwide, all the time. No, Jerry, DM's Guild is not all Fantasy Grounds, but it is all only 5th edition. But Fantasy Grounds is just a portion of it. There's many sales there for PDFs and so forth. I would say the bulk of it is PDFs, but our little niche that we've carved out. So I've got 407 Fantasy Grounds titles, but there's probably 15,000 titles or 20,000 titles total that you can buy there. But yes, all of my DM's Guild stuff, maybe with the exception of 1 or 2 titles, is all. But those titles that I'm talking about that aren't Fantasy Grounds are not even in the prize package anyway. I mean, I think I got a bundle of PDFs, but they all come with, all those PDFs come with the Fantasy Grounds version anyway. So there's only like 13 of those or whatever. What else was I saying? Oh yes, you can also go to my Patreon page. If you guys decide you want to support me there, you can do that for as little as $1 a month. You can do up to $10, but it's $1 a month. $1. That's it. Also, guys, you can cheer bits or subscribe to or resubscribe to the stream. And if you do that during the show, you will attack the Bit Boss, as many people have done. Current Bit Boss is Bioweapon Irem for 100 hit points.
Cheerbits. Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the cheerbits.
Drake. Cheerbits. Drake Takes is now the Bit Boss. Thank you, Drake. Drake was our DM today. He is, of course, the co-host of the Sunday night show as well. Cheerbits.
Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the cheerbits.
Bioweapon has just taken down Drake Takes. It's a true Bit Boss battle, everybody. Also, guys, you can go to the DM's Guild and buy this denied and buy this stuff. I'm gonna have to put this in there again because
cheerbits.
You guys
cheerbits
are doing
in the
so
stream.
much
Thanks
that
for the cheerbits.
It's going off the screen. Cheerbits. Who was this now? Drake Takes again. Oh, Drake Takes. Drake Takes ups it for 1,000. He's a serious player, everybody. Drake Takes. Thank you very much, Drake. You can go to DM's Guild and check the items I have for sales there.
Cheerbits. Cheerbits in the stream.
Cheerbits.
Thanks for the cheerbits.
Oh, it's a battle. Oh, Bioweapon Irem has taken Drake down immediately. Fair enough, he says. Fair enough. Sales have been waning on the DMs Guild. So last year's average, and of course last year with COVID, it was much higher, because people were at home and they had nothing else to do but play video games. So last year's daily sales was average $300 a day. This year so far, it was up near around 260. It's at 248 now. It's at 248 average per day sales. But today's sales, with 50 minutes left, because the day ends at 10 p.m. Pacific. With 50 minutes left, today's sales on the DMs Guild stands at $76. So it's a very low day. Now, whenever I report that to anybody that's listening to me, I always follow it with, hey, anything that's above zero is something. So I'm not complaining. But based on average sales per day, that should be about $200 higher, but it's not. So sales is waning. And traditionally, going into the summer and through the summer is kind of the lower period. For some reason, January and February are never that good, and then March, April, May are kind of good, and then June, July, August not that good. Then it starts to pick up toward the end of the year. It's weird. I don't know. I'm feeling a sneeze coming on. And you can thank me for muting my mic when I sneezed, because it was loud. My sneezes are pretty loud. All right, so what else? You can go to the YouTube channel and you can subscribe there. That's free. You can follow me on Twitter or check out the Facebook page. My sneezes don't hurt. Unless I have a headache, it would make the headache worse, but usually don't hurt. I think that's it, everybody. So we'll be back here tomorrow night. If you know anybody that's a Fantasy Grounds fan, you definitely want to tell them to watch tomorrow night, because $15,000 worth of stuff. I mean, come on, who does that? Name somebody else giving away $15,000 prizes in the world of Fantasy Grounds. You tell me, who does that? Nobody, just me. So we'll be excited to do that tomorrow night. And until then, good gaming, everyone.